Time now for the Bullpen Show, where we get a chance to warm up for today's Colfax Viking baseball game. Now, let's head out to the bullpen.
Hello, NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and today we're getting warmed up in the bullpen to bring you Colfax Viking Baseball as the 4-4 Vikings play host to the 5-3 Durand-Arkansaw Panthers. The Vikings are coming off a 12-3 loss to the Mondovi Buffaloes on Monday, while the Panthers are coming off an 18-4 win over the Spring Valley Cardinals on Tuesday. Now, coming up in this edition of the Bullpen Show, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Vikings and the Panthers. Then we'll get to know one of the Viking players in Viking Profile. Then we'll send it out to the ballpark for some exciting high school boys baseball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to the Bullpen Show on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Welcome back to the bullpen, where we're getting warmed up for today's game between the Colfax Vikings and the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers. The 4-4 Vikings are coming off a 12-3 loss to the Mondovi Buffaloes on Monday. Leading the way at the plate in that game were Cade Anderson and Ashton Greenwell, who each went 2 for 3 and scored a run. Anderson also picked up an RBI. Also contributing was Brian Tuchel, who went 2 for 3 at the plate. Taking the loss on the mound was Mitch Medine, who went 2 innings, giving up 3 hits and allowed 2 runs, only one of which was earned. Greenwell then pitched 3 innings, giving up 3 hits and allowing 2 runs, only one of which was earned. Now, the Panthers come into today's game boasting a 5-3 overall record, 4-3 record in conference play. The Panthers are coming off an 18-4 win over the Spring Valley Cardinals on Tuesday. So far this season, the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers are led at the plate by Ethan Whitwam, who's posting a .542 average with 13 hits, including 3 doubles. He's followed by Jacob Etchell, who is batting .423, and Eli Whitwam, who's hitting at a .400 pace. On the mound, Cody Brunko leads the way with a 3-1 record in 16 innings pitched and an ERA of 4.38. He's followed by Ethan Whitwam and Ethan Betchel, who are posting ERAs of 7.35 and 7.88 respectively, and have combined for a 2-1 record. Now, these two teams met back on April 13th, where the Panthers defeated the Vikings 20-6. The winning pitcher was Ethan Whitwam, who went 4 innings and gave up 7 hits and 3 runs. Ashton Greenwell was tagged with the loss for the Vikings. Since that loss, Viking pitching has allowed just over 3 runs per game. Now, so far this season, the Vikings are led at the plate by Mitch Medine, who's hitting for a .440 average, including 3 doubles and 6 RBI. The rest of the Vikings hitting over .400 are led by Mason Yarrington, who's batting .423 and has scored 8 runs with 2 doubles and 7 RBI. He's followed by Zach and Dylan Hedela, who are each hitting at .421. On the mound, the Vikings are being led by Medine, who has compiled a 3-2 record while pitching 24 innings, giving up 17 hits and allowing 17 runs, but only 9 of those were earned. He's walked 19 while striking out 38 for an earned run average of 2.62. He's followed by Zach Hedela, who has a 1-0 record while pitching 7 innings and has allowed 2 runs, but only 1 was earned.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we get to know one of this season's Colfax Viking players. And now Viking Profile.
Joining us today on Viking Profile is Cade Anderson, who's a junior here at Colfax High School. And Cade, we know you play baseball, but are you involved in any other activities here at school?
My only sport is football.
Football, okay. I seem to recall you running up and down the field this last fall. So when did you start playing baseball, and what kind of an experience has that been?
I probably started playing when I was 5, when my dad was just teaching me.
Okay. What's the most important thing that you've learned from baseball?
Being mentally sound.
Okay.
Tough.
And you really have to in baseball, because there's so many chances for it to just mess with your emotions and stuff, and you just have to be on top of it. So when you're not playing baseball or you're not here at school, what are some other things that you're interested in that keep you occupied?
I like going hunting and fishing.
Okay. All right. Everybody has to answer this question. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Pie, because I love me some pumpkin pie.
Some pumpkin pie, okay. Do you want it with ice cream or whipped cream?
Whipped cream.
Okay, that I agree with you. Some people put ice cream on, not that that's bad or anything, but I wouldn't turn a piece of that down, but somehow whipped cream is what you gotta have, yeah. And in my book, it's gotta be whipped cream, not Cool Whip or something like that. Or favorite Major League team?
It'd probably be the Diamondbacks.
Okay. Now, have you been to a Major League game?
Yeah, I've been to several.
Okay. Do you remember your first one? You say everybody remembers their first time.
Oh, I went to a spring training game down in Arizona.
Oh, what fun. And who was playing in it?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember. What is the greatest memory you have from that game? Because like I say, they say you always remember your first time.
Getting to run on the field.
Oh, cool. You got to go out and run around the field?
Run on the bases.
All right. Now, if you had a superpower, what do you think that might be?
Super strength.
Now, if you have super strength, Cade needs to have a superhero name to go with super strength. What do you think that might be?
Ooh, Super K.
Super K, all right. Not Special K, but Super K. Mm-hmm. All right. We're talking with Cade Anderson on Viking Profile. And Cade, what are your plans for after high school?
I'd like to advance to college, go play higher up baseball.
Okay. And how about a shout out to the family?
Hey, Mom, Dad, Grandma, and Grandpa.
And when people come to Viking games, what number do you wear and what position do you play?
Number 2, and I play outfield.
All right. We want to thank Cade Anderson for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next, more of the Bullpen Show.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcast Network.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Welcome back to the Bullpen Show. Today the Vikings will take on the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers. The Vikings are trying to bounce back from their 12-3 loss to the Mondovi Buffaloes, while the Panthers are trying to build upon their 18-4 win over the Spring Valley Cardinals. In addition, the Vikings would like to exact a little revenge for the 20-6 defeat they suffered at the hands of the Panthers back on April 13th. So the stage is set for some exciting high school baseball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll join our broadcast crew at Colfax High School as we bring you all the action of today's Dunn-St. Croix Conference game between the Colfax Vikings and the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to the Bullpen Show on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
You've been tuned to the Bullpen Show, where we've had an opportunity to get warmed up for today's Colfax Viking baseball game. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking baseball.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comroe provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
Colfax Vikings baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network, NLWN-TV, along with Colfax High School proudly present today's Colfax Vikings baseball game. Now, it's out to the ballpark and today's Colfax Viking baseball game.
And good afternoon and welcome to Colfax High School. Rick Olson here, Dan Petchow sitting next to me. Dan, it's good to see you back in the familiar seat.
Yeah.
Giving us your expert color analysis.
Yeah, first time since basketball we've sat together.
Yeah, I tell you. And we have Ann Monroe on the computer, Cassie Johnson-Nelson on the camera tonight. And she's going to give us all the great views of tonight's game as the Colfax Vikings take on the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers. Both teams have completed their infield warm-ups. So, Dan, why don't you give us the starting lineups for tonight's game?
Yeah, here's the lineup for Durand Panthers. Batting first will be their center fielder, number 4, Ryan Mason. Batting second will be their shortstop, number 10, Eli Whitwam. Batting third will be their third baseman, number 23, Ethan Whitwam. Batting fourth will be their pitcher, number 21, Cody Brunko. Batting fifth will be their catcher, number 32, Jacob Beckel. Batting sixth will be their second baseman, number 1, Brett Breedong. Batting seventh will be their left fielder, number 2, Jackson Weiss. Batting
No, hang on, Dan. I'm going to correct you on that one. Brady Weber, the designated hitter, is batting seventh.
That's right.
Weiss is not hitting.
Batting eighth will be the right fielder, number 3, Jacob Paschal. Batting ninth will be their first baseman, number 5, Ethan Beckel. And on the mound will be Cody Brunko for the Colfax Vikings. Batting first will be their pitcher, Mitch Medine. Batting second will be their shortstop, number 5, Mason Yerington. Batting third will be their catcher, number 22, Dylan Hedela. Batting fourth will be their first baseman, number 23, Ashton Greenwell. Batting fifth will be their center fielder, number 2, Kate Anderson. Batting sixth will be their left fielder, number 10, Brian Tuchel. Batting seventh will be their second baseman, number 1, Drew Beekner. Batting eighth will be their right fielder, number 9, Elijah Ensminger. And batting ninth will be their third baseman, number 7, Zach Hedela. And Mitch Medine will be on the mound.
And Medine is posting a 3-2 record with a 2.62 earned run average. Brunko for the Panthers. Vikings kind of suffered a one at the hands of the Mondovi Buffaloes just the other day by a score of 12-3. And don't let that score fool you, though. Through 6 innings, this was a really close game, and then the bottom kind of fell out.
Yeah, really. It was only 2 innings that Mondovi got ahead, and Yeah, I think Colfax pitching is just not as deep as some of the other teams. And, but Colfax held out a couple guys, and so we'll see how they pitch tonight.
And we want to wish well-beings to our usual analyst, Joe Doucette, who's out visiting his brother in Utah for an extended weekend. And enjoy yourself out there in, isn't that the land of enchantment, Utah?
It is.
It's a pretty interesting state to go visit if you've never been there. In some respects, it's kind of like landing on another planet without leaving Earth. There's some really spectacular things to see out there, and so hopefully Joe's having a great time out there. But there was a point there I was about to make. Oh, yes. When it comes to, for example, Mitch Medine, he's so much more effective if he gets off to a first strike pitch. And that way he can pitch from ahead. And because he's got a lot of pitches that work for him. And if he's ahead in the count, he's pretty tough to handle.
Yeah, Mitch has got some good movement on his pitches. Me running that camera back there, I can see all those different pitches he does, and there's definitely good movement.
I had a chance to speak with him last night at the Senior Awards Banquet, and we were talking about his pitch. Now, as Joe has said on a number of occasions, Mitch is not a guy of real big stature, and he puts a lot of smoke on that ball, but a lot of movement on it. And he said, yeah, he didn't realize his ball tailed as much. And I think what it is as he matures physically from last year to this year, his ball has gained a little pop and a little bit of movement. And the talk at home plate has broken up, and we are getting just about ready for baseball action from Colfax. And we will have first pitch coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Sunday, May 21st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Tilden Tigers in a doubleheader from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Sunday, May 21st on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. And we are just getting ready to start this one between the Colfax Vikings and the Durand Panthers. About to head into the top of the first inning. Stepping up to the plate is Ryan Mason. He's batting .259 on the season, playing center field today. He'll be followed by the Whitwam boys, Eli, then Ethan. And once we get a gate closed, we'll be ready to start today's game. Mason steps in. Medine takes the sign, the wind, the kick, and the fire. And it's a little bit low for ball one. And we are underway. And the second pitch is ball 2. And there's a called strike, so it's 2-1 the count. And the pitch, just a little bit high. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Vikings in their red tops, gray pants. And the pitch, that's ball 4. So Mason draws a base on balls. It's going to bring up Eli Whitwam, batting .400 with a runner at first.
Mitch has 24 innings pitched.
And a strike called.
38 strikeouts, 19 walks.
And the throw over to first, and he's back in time. And the pitch, ground ball, foul down the third baseline. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 0-2, and the pitch. That's high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner on first. Top of the first inning, just underway here at Colfax. Mason takes his lead over at first. Throw in, and it gets past Greenwell, and Ryan Mason gets over to second base.
Yeah, quick throw there by Mitch Medine.
Greenwell had a hard time pulling it in. There's the pitch. Chop foul. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Medine looks at the runner. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Drop ball and throw down to Greenwell. Throw over to third. And he's in safely. But Whitwam goes down on strikes. Mason got to third. Technically, that's an error on the catcher that allowed him to advance. And the first pitch is a called strike to Ethan Whitwam, batting .542. He's the leading hitter for the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Ground ball over to third. Coming to the plate and in safely is Mason. So Whitwam's on a fielder's choice, but he does get an RBI. That's going to bring up Cody Brunko with 1 run in. One out. Brunko batting .360. There's the pitch. Line shot right into the glove of Beekner, and the quick toss over to Greenwell for the double play. So it's a line to 4-3 for the twin killings. So for the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers. I got to get used to saying that, Dan. They did get 1 run, no hits. There were 2 Viking errors and 1 runner left on base. So after a half inning, it's Durand-Arkansaw 1 and the Vikings coming to bat. You're tuned to Viking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Kyle's Market in Colfax, locally owned since 2007 and is a proud supporter of Colfax High School scholarship and athletics. Kyle's meat department is second to none and they're known for their homemade smoked meats. Don't forget the fresh veggies, cheese, and frozen foods. Kyle's Market has got it all. Kyle's Market is your hometown market where customer service is supersized. They'll even carry your groceries out to your car. That's Kyle's Market in Colfax.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, and Cassie Johnson-Nelson. Happy to bring you the... Boy, Dan, how do you like this baseball weather?
First day with shorts. Hey, it feels good. I'm glowing.
Yeah, Dan said, or Ann says Dan has that Wisconsin glow going on.
It's the glare off the legs.
And let's see, I'm doing just a quick check here and my trusty handy dandy thermometer because it's actually pretty warm out. So we head to the bottom of the first inning.
Mitch Medina will bat first, followed by Mason Yerington, and Dylan Hilo will be in the hole.
74 degrees. 74 sun-drenched degrees, and pretty active day here at Colfax High School. Big track meet going on just over the left center field fence, and a softball game going on over the right field fence, and of course our game going on right past the fence in front of us. Mitch Medine steps up, batting .440. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball, foul territory in right field. And it lands harmlessly, so strike one. Cody Brunko on the mound, 3-1 record, 4.38 ERA. He has struck out 18, walked 15. In his 16 innings of pitching. And the pitch is in the dirt for a ball. He has a whip of 2.00. Those of you not familiar with the whip, here's the pitch. Ground ball right back to Brunko, and he tosses it over to first for the out. So one down brings up Mason Yarrington, batting .243. The whip stands for walks, hits for inning pitched, and you want to keep it right down around 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's outside for ball 1.
Mason comes in with a .423 average.
Brunko winds and fires. That's high for ball 2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Outside, ball 3. It's a beautiful day to come and watch some baseball here at Colfax High School. If you have time to get over here, please do so. There's a concession stand. They've got hot dogs. There's a called strike at the belt.
Yeah, we know all about hot dogs.
We do, and we can't wait to sample the ones they have here. The 3-1 pitch. That's high for ball 4. So Yerington draws a walk. That'll bring up Dylan Hedela, the catcher.
He comes in with a .421 average. Ten RBIs.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. He went 1 for 4 in the game against Mondovi. There's a ground ball. It's going to go into left field for a base hit. That moves Yarrington down to second. And the Vikings have 2 on with 1 out, and Ashton Greenwell at the plate.
Ashton's got a 320 average.
And we do have a courtesy runner coming in for Hedela. And I'm pretty sure that's Bryson. Yeah, Bryson Tuchel is running for Hedela. As the courtesy runner. And the umpire has all his changes written down. He steps in behind the plate. Greenwell is ready. Brunko takes a look over at second. And the pitch. Foul ball over the left side. Brunko checks at second. And the pitch. Foul tipped into the glove. Strike 2. No balls. 2 strikes, 1 down, 2 on for the Vikings. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. 1-2.
Ashton's walked 4 times, got 3 RBIs.
Brunko at the belt, and the pitch. High pitch fouled off on the left side over by the school buses parked over there. There's a bunch of them. Most of them are for the track meet. I think Ann was saying there's 9 different schools here for that. Brunko fires. It's in the dirt. Gets past the catcher and over to third. Goes Yarrington, and Tuchel checks in at second. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. And a ground ball over towards second. Deep in the hole, throw over to first, and he's safe at first. Run comes in to score. It's going to be an error on the throw. And Greenwell checks in at second base. He does get the RBI. As Yarrington came in to score. Tuchel at third. Greenwell at second. We're all even at 1-1 with 1 out. And stepping up is Cade Anderson. And he chops it foul down the first baseline. Anderson digs in. Cade batting .304. Or is that 364? I can't read my own writing.
Cade Anderson, 304 average.
304. All right, I had it right the first time. Hard shot to the shortstop, and he got past him, and in to score is Tuchel. And Greenwell checks in at third. Anderson singles. We have runners at the corners. And that's going to bring Brian Tuchel up. And it's a pop-up in the infield, being caught there. That makes 2 down. Moving over to get it. So now with 2 down, runners on the corners. Runner goes, throw down to second, and he's safe at second, and the runner at third, that's Greenwell, was walking back to the bag, and he's going to get talked to a little because that was an opportunity. The ball got past the shortstop and second baseman and rolled out into center field a little ways. Greenwell had an opportunity to score if he's paying attention. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch is a called strike. 1-1's the count. And the pitch is low. Vikings on top, 2-1. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Runners at second and third. 2 down. Drew Buechner is the batter. First, and he beat it! Buechner beat it out for an infield hit. Whitwam fielded it and had to go hard to his left to do it. Just couldn't beat the speed of Drew Buechner, and Buechner gets the RBI. As Greenwell came in to score. And we have runners at the corners. And the pitch is outside for a ball. Throw it down to second, and actually had a chance to get the runner, but they were more worried about the runner at third. As Whitwam stepped up in front of the bag and caught the throw.
Yeah, they should have just took the one at second.
Yeah, they had him. And the pitch, and it's a strike call to Elijah Ensminger. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down. And the runners take their leads, and the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bronco checks the runners. Pitches low and away for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yep, I smell those hot dogs cooking, Dan.
Yeah.
What's baseball without a hot dog or two?
Hot dogs and Gatorade.
All right, 2-2 is the count. Pitch is outside, and the count goes full. 2 on, 2 down, full count. Vikings on top, 3-1. And here's the payoff pitch. Line shot out towards center field, and moving over, making the catch is Mason. So that's a third out of the innings, but the Vikings do pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error, and 2 were left on base. We've completed 1 inning, and it's Vikings 3 and the Panthers 1. You're tuned to Viking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Known for its well-manicured grounds and greens, Whitetail Golf Course is an 18-hole golf course carved into the countryside of northwest Wisconsin. They can host your next golf outing, wedding and reception, reunion, birthday, anniversary, or other social event. On Friday nights, come out to Whitetail for their famous Friday night fish, shrimp, and chicken dinner served from 5 to 9 every Friday evening through October. Conveniently located between Colfax and Elk Mound, Whitetail Golf Course is just a 15-minute drive from both Eau Claire and Menominee.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
And we're back here at Colfax High School getting ready to start the second inning. Top of the second, Jacob Beckel. And the first pitch is a called strike from Mitch Medine. Beckel batting .423. That pitch just missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yes. 5 walks, 10 RBIs.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. There's the wind and the 1-2 pitch. Chop foul. Count holds at 1-2. Beckel kind of fouled it off himself there. Sometimes those hurt a lot. Remember last summer when Cavalier game, Cole Timon did that. Chopped one off his leg, and
he was out for a while.
Yeah, he missed a number of games because of that. And that leg was very colorful. He showed it to me. Pitch is high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is outside, so the count goes full. 3-2. Here's the wind and the 3-2 pitch. It's high for ball 4. That's going to bring up Brett Breedung. Breedung, the second baseman. He's batting .385. And we have a courtesy runner going in. And that is Landon Lindstrom is in to run for Beckel. And the pitch. Throw over to first, and Lindstrom's back in. Snap throw by Hedela down to first. At least got Lindstrom's uniform dirty. Pitch was a little bit low for a ball. Swing and foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Medine looks over at first, at the belt, and the pitch. Soft liner out to second base, caught there by Beekner. Throw over to first, does not get there in time to double off Lindstrom, but a soft liner by Breedung. It's going to bring up designated hitter Brady Weber, batting .345. First pitch to Weber is a called strike at the knees. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first. It's the only runner on. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Medine at the belt, and the pitch. Stuck the bat out and fouled it away. It's called protecting the plate. Count holds at 1-2. Medine looking in. It's at the belt and the pitch. Chop foul. Foul ball.
Dylan Hedel, I thought it was in play.
And I can understand why. He did field it out in front of the plate. I think it bounced off the plate. Pitch low for a ball, counts even at 2-2. Brady Weber at the plate. Here's the pitch. Foul back. He's doing a nice job of protecting the plate.
Yeah, good battle between these two.
He's got kind of an unorthodox swing. It's kind of a little chop. He waits on that pitch and then chops at it. Medine delivers, and another foul ball. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, and the fastball. Fly ball out into right center field. Backing up is Beekner, and he makes the catch. 2 down. Runner still at first. So Beekner has 3 putouts and an assist in 1 2/3 innings. That's a pretty good day. And there's a strike called.
This is number 3, Jacob Paschal.
Batting .211. Paschal, or delivery to Paschal. He went around, tried to check his swing, but couldn't hold back. Lindstrom at first. Steps off the bag. And the 0-2 pitch. Line shot out into center field for a base hit. So Paschal singles to center. And Lindstrom checks in at second. It's going to bring up Ethan Beckel, the number 9 hitter, batting .250. His first hit of the game for the Panthers. Fly ball out into left field. It's going to bounce off the wall. Runners are coming around. The throw to the plate is not going to be in time. 2 runs come in to score. Lindstrom scored. And Paschal scored. As Beckel hits the double to left center field. And we're all tied up at 3. Back to the top of the order, Ryan Mason at bat. First pitch is a called strike. He walked his first time up. Went to second on an error by Greenwell. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Then he advanced to third on an error by Dylan Hedela. So the run that he scored would have been an unearned run. Swing and a miss, but it got away from Hedela and it bounced quite a ways away. He's going to make it all the way over to first. That's actually going to go in the books as a strikeout and wild pitch. So we have a runner at first with no balls, no strikes. Eli Whitwam striking out his first time up. Runners on the corners. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. It falls in out there and then gets past Tuchel. Throw comes in and Mason gets over to third. Whitwam singles to left, and Beckel scores. Puts the Panthers back on top, 4-3. And the pitch is high to Ethan Whitwam. Got on a fielder's choice, RBI fielder's choice his last time up. There's the pitch. It's a little high for a ball. It's been a long inning for Medin. Here's the pitch. 3-0 is the count. 3 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. That's high and away, ball 4. So that loads the bases. Cody Bronco. And we're going to have a conference at the mound.
Yeah, gather their thoughts. They're still in this game.
Oh, absolutely. This is only a 1-run game right now. And let's see, Medin staying on the mound. A little bit of a defensive discussion, focus. And Bronco comes up. Now Brunko lined over to Beekner his last time up. First pitch is in the dirt. Hedela has a tough time finding it, but he found it. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0. And the pitch. Liner to second, picked up by Beekner, throw over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. But 3 runs for the Panthers on 3 hits. There was 1, I take that back, no errors, and the bases were left loaded. So we've completed an inning and a half, and it's the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers 4 and the Colfax Vikings 3. You're tuned to Viking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit dairystatebank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Dairy State Bank.
NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to take you out to the ballpark for Colfax Viking Baseball. Our next game will be on Monday, May 8th when the Vikings host the Spring Valley Cardinals. Our coverage begins with the Bullpen Show, where we'll warm you up for baseball action starting at 4:40 p.m. That's Colfax High School Baseball on Monday, May 8th.
Back here at Colfax High School, getting ready to head into the bottom of the 2nd inning with the Vikings trailing the Panthers 4-3. Action-packed first inning and a half of this game.
Yeah,
boy, Dan, we've got hot dogs and candy on one side of us, other concessions on the other side of us. They're torturing us here, Dan.
I think an arm is going to go out one of these doors pretty quick here.
And the first pitch is outside for a ball to Zach Hedela. Zach comes into the game batting .421. Here's the pitch. It's high for ball 2. Brunko delivers. Fly ball out into center field, drifting back and not able to make the catch is Mason. And Hedela checks into second base. We'll give him the double on that because it was just out of the reach of Mason. Zach Hedela doubles. Runner at second, nobody out. Good chance for the Vikings to answer right back.
Top of the order.
Mitch Medine at the plate. And he sends a hard shot over to the shortstop, Whitwam. Throw over to first. And they don't get the throw there. And in safely at third is Hedela. Medine's going to get on an error on the shortstop. That throw came up a little bit short. But it did advance the runner, so Vikings have runners on the corners with nobody out. And it brings up Mason Yarrington. Yarrington walked and scored his first time up. Pitch is outside. Oh, caught the outside corner for a strike. Umpires behind the plate, Larry Durkop. Out on the bases, Tim Wilson. And the pitch. That's low. Heading down to second and in safely. They ran the same pickoff play where Whitwam cut across in front. And Hedela didn't make the attempt at the plate. But Medine's safe at second, so runners at second and third now. And got out into left field, 1 run comes in. So it's an RBI single for Yarrington. As Hedela came in to score. So we're all tied at 4-4. Dylan Hedela at the plate. He singled his last time up to center left field. Swing and a miss, strike 1. I'll get my left, center, and right. That's a left-handed handicap. I can't tell left from right. Never could. Here's the pitch. High chop foul. No balls, 2 strikes to Dylan Hedela. And the 0-2 pitch is high for a ball. Medina at third. Yarrington at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's a strike 3 called to Dylan Hedela. That's the first out of the inning. And it's going to bring up Ashton Greenwell. Greenwell got on an error by the second baseman his last time up, but he did pick up an RBI and scored a run. And Greenwell calls time. Bronco taking a little too long looking in. Lots of things for Bronco to look at. Runner at third, runner at second, and he's trying to get into a rundown. And the runner's going to come in to score, and he's saying, oh, they got him. They say they got him. So Medina is out at the plate as Yarrington did his job, got into the rundown. He ends up safe at second. 2 down. Bronco fires, fly ball out into center field, drifting over is Mason, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So, for the Vikings, they do pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 man left on base. We've completed 2 innings, and it's all even, 4 apiece on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When circumstances leave you with this, contact Morgan's Auto Body of Colfax. Morgan's Auto Body of Colfax provides state-of-the-art rust repair, paint repair, glass repair, dent removal, or straightening. In short, Morgan's Auto Body can do it all. Whether you've been in a minor fender bender or a major collision, Morgan's will restore your car to its original condition and get you safely back on the road. That's Morgan's Auto Body of Colfax, 409 Cedar Street in Colfax, or call at 715-962-3557.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, heading into the top of the 3rd inning. All even at 4 between the Vikings and the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers. Jacob Beckel due up. He'll be followed by Brett Breedung and Brady Weber. Beckel steps in, and the first pitch is a called strike right at the belt. Beckel, the catcher, walked his first time up, and the pitch is low for a ball. And then his courtesy runner, Lindstrom, ended up scoring. Medine's pitch, a little bit low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is right at the letters for a called strike. Beckel didn't think so, but boy, from here it was right there at the letters. Beckel calls time, steps back. Now he steps in. Here's the pitch. And that didn't miss by much.
Must have been a little outside.
Full count to Beckel. And the pitch fouled back into the screen. Count holds at 3-2. Here's the windup and the pitch. And ball 4. That's the second walk of the game drawn by Beckel. Very patient at the plate. And now they'll have a courtesy runner come in for him, I suspect. Yep, there he goes. I'm sure it's Lindstrom again. It is. Brett Bredung, line to second his last time up. Fly ball out into left, or ground ball out into left field for a base hit. Runners at first and second now. Brings up Brady Weber. He flew out to Beekner out in shallow right field his last time up. And the pitch, swing and a miss. He's got that short, choppy swing. And the pitch is fouled away, which he's done a few times tonight.
Good pitch there by Mitch Medine.
It was one of those where if he was going to make contact, he wasn't going to be able to do anything with it, which is exactly what happened. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Brady Weber goes down on strikes. First out of the inning, Jacob Paschal. He singled to center field.
Third strikeout for Mitch Medine.
Here's the pitch. Fly ball, foul.
Is that us?
Back out of play.
Nope. We're close enough to the fence that we shouldn't get any balls.
Take a pretty strange trajectory to get to us. And here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's going to bring up Ethan Beckel. Ethan hit that 2 RBI double his last time up to left field. And it's a strike called. And a chopper foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. Medine fires. Foul back into the screen. Count holds at 0-2. It's a good inning for Medine to get a goose egg put up there. But to do that, he's got to get Beckel right here. And the 1-2 pitch, or 0-2 pitch. Line shot out into right field. And it was caught out there by Ensminger. So, for the Panthers, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, 2 left on base. We've completed 2.5 innings, and it's all tied up at 4 from Colfax High School on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Plumbing problems got you down? Let the skilled folks at H&H Plumbing in Colfax make sure everything is flowing just as it should. Or maybe you're thinking about adding a gas line for a new stove, fireplace, or hot tub. H&H Plumbing can help with that as well. H&H Plumbing in Colfax, established in 2000, has earned a 5-star rating on Angie.com. So, whatever your plumbing needs, call H&H Plumbing in Colfax at 715-962-4155.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
Back here at Colfax High School, heading into the bottom of the third inning, due up for the Vikings are Cade Anderson, Brian Tuchel, and Drew Beekner. Anderson singled to left his last time up. Here's the wind in the pitch. It's high for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Cade Anderson. There's the pitch. High and away. Two balls. Bronco delivers, swing and a miss for a strike. I do believe he swung at ball 3 there, Dan. It was chase that high fastball. And the pitch is inside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the third inning. And the pitch, chop foul down the first base line. Count goes full. Bronco looks in for the sign, shakes off a couple, likes this one. And he delivers, and it's popped up down the right field line. And it fell foul. Where that was happening was just out of our view here in the trailer. So the count holds at 3-2. Bronco looking in. And he bounces one in the dirt, and Anderson draws the base on balls. And he's going to take a look and decides not to go to second, as Jacob Beckel got over and picked up the ball quickly. So runner on first brings up Brian Tuchel batting. Well, he came into the game going 280, and he popped to short his last time up. Squares to bunt, offers, it's a strike, and down to second goes Anderson. And the pitch is low. And the pitch is low.
Good job by Jacob Beckel to block that one for Durand.
1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch, that one's also low. Ball 2. Two and 1 the count, Tuchel. And the 2-1 pitch. That one's outside, gets past the catcher, and over to third goes Cade Anderson. Two balls, 1 strike. Check that, 3-1 is the count. Runner on third. And the pitch. Strike called. Three balls, two strikes. Vikings have a runner at third. And Kate Anderson, and a swing and a miss for strike three. It's the first out of the inning. Brings up Drew Beekner, who beat out an infield hit his first time up. Picked up an RBI doing that. There's the wind and the pitch. It's high for a ball. And the pitch. That's in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher. But Anderson stays at third. Bounced right out in front of the plate. That would have been a pretty tough one. Back to the screen, he scores. But fake throw over to third, and Anderson back safely. There's the pitch. It's high. 3 balls, no strikes. Bronco looks over at third, and the pitch, it's in the dirt for a ball. So Beekner draws a walk. Runners will be on the corners with 1 out. Vikings looking to take the lead. They're in the bottom of the third inning. Brings up Elijah Ensminger. Throw over to third, and Anderson back in safely. Vikings have been doing a lot of that, sending the guy from first, and they've tried a couple of different strategies on it. Durand has responded well. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, fakes the throw down to second, and Anderson back to third. But Beekner checks in at second. Bronco delivers. Strike called at the letters. No balls, 2 strikes to Elijah Ensminger. Bronco looks and fires. That's high for a ball. Couldn't get that curveball to drop in. One ball and 2 strikes. Pitch is outside, 2-2. Anderson takes his lead at third. And the pitch, it's in the dirt. Count goes full.
Yeah, Jacob Beckel's trying to work that low outside right now.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Strike 3 called. Awfully close pitch to be watching when you got 2 strikes on you. It's one of the things that I always tried to impress upon players back in the day is don't put it in the umpire's hands. Foul it off. Get another pitch. Zach Hedela at the plate. Right to the shortstop. A liner over to Whitwam. And that's it for the Vikings. And they pick up no runs, no hits. There was an error in that inning, and 2 were left on base. So we've completed 3 innings with the score all knotted at 4 from Colfax High School on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Triple Threat Training was founded by the 3 Vavra brothers from Menominee, Wisconsin. All 3 brothers played Division I baseball, and all 3 have played baseball at the professional level. Triple Threat Training is located just south of Menominee in Downsville. Featuring 3 batting cages, 1 full-length pitching mound, and an all-turf surface, Triple Threat can meet your baseball training needs. If you or someone you know is looking to expand your baseball skills, give Triple Threat Training a call at 715-664-8669. That's Triple Threat Training in Downsville, Wisconsin.
Okay, we're back here at Colfax High School. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. Ann Monroe on the computer. Dan Hoops Petchow, Ann says. Cassie Johnson Nelson up on the camera. And, oh my goodness, we've got hot dogs coming into the booth. It does. Boy, these people they know how to treat us. And Dan's saying, turn off my microphone. Dan knows how I like mine. And the first pitch is swung out and missed by Ryan Mason. No balls and a strike. And the pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch is called strike on the inside corner. We've got 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch, chopped foul at the plate. Count holds at 1-2. Hedela going out to talk to Medine. Okay, folks, if you're anywhere near Colfax High School, you need to come over here for the ball game, if for no other reason, the hot dogs. Strike called on the outside corner. That's going to bring up Eli Whitwam. Whitwam has struck out and singled to left. And the first pitch is inside for a ball.
That's the 5th strikeout for Mitch Medine tonight.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. And the catch is made out there by Ansminger. 2 down. It's going to bring up Ethan Whitwam. He got out on a fielder's choice and drew a walk. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. And he missed with that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a ground ball past Medine and can't be picked up by Beekner, and does try to get it over to Greenwell, threw it a little bit wide and over to second. We're going to make that an error on Beekner. And it put Whitwam at second with 2 down. Brings up Cody Brunko. He lined to Beekner his first time up, grounded to Beekner his second time up. And a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. That just missed. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Medine looks at second and delivers. Strike called at the letters, got the curveball to drop in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on second. And the pitch. Fly ball. Foul territory, out of play. And the count holds at 2-2. Medina at the belt. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It was in the dirt, so Hila lobs it down to first to complete the strikeout. So, for the Panthers, in the top of the 4th inning, they picked up no runs, no hits, 1 Viking error, and 1 left on base. So after 3.5, it's all tied at 4 from Colfax on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to take you out to the ballpark for Colfax Viking Baseball. Our next game will be on Monday, May 8th when the Vikings host the Spring Valley Cardinals. Our coverage begins with the Bullpen Show where we'll warm you up for baseball action starting at 4:40 p.m. That's Colfax High School Baseball on Monday, May 8th.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Back here at Colfax High School, heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. Top of the order, Mitch Medine coming up for the Vikings. So Medine grounded to the pitcher. When this is a chopper over to second, Medine's got some wheels, and he beat him out at first. Mitch Medine with an infield hit to the shortstop, Whitwam, and it was a high hopper, and Medine, using the speed that he's got, just beat it out. That's going to bring up Mason Yarrington. And the pitch is in the dirt. Medine stays put at first. Yarrington is 1 for 1 on the day. Got an RBI single his last time up. He also drew a walk and scored. And the pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. I will say this, Dan, these hot dogs are awfully good, and they came from one of the Viking baseball sponsors, Kyle's Market. So make sure you stop in at Kyle's Market, pick up some dogs for the weekend. Pop foul! Is it going to get out of play? No, but it's just out of the reach of Beckel. So the count holds at 1-2.
Mason Yarrington stays alive.
And bluff over to first. He did step off the rubber before doing that. And we have a pop-up in the infield. Coming in and making the catch is Ethan Whitwam at third. One down. Runner at first. Brings up Dylan Hedela. He's 1 for 2. Singled, and then his courtesy runner eventually scored on that. And then he struck out looking his last time up. Here's the pitch. It's high for a ball. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball got past the catcher, Beckel, and down to second is Mitch Medine. One ball, one strike. Beckel delivers. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. And liner foul down the left field line. He hit it hard, just not between the stripes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Bronco looks in for the side. Now looks at second and delivers. Fair ball down the left field line. Rounding third and coming in to score is Mitch Medine as Dylan Hedela comes through with a big hit. Puts the Vikings on top, 5-4. And the courtesy runner, Bryson Tuchel, is in for Hedela. And Ashton Greenwell stepping to the plate. Ashton got on an error by the second baseman, but he did pick up the RBI on that and then flew out to center field. Ashton also ended up scoring a run in the first inning. Bronco looking in. And the pitch is low for a ball. That was one of those 59-foot fastballs there, Dan.
Yeah, Bronco's starting to go low here in the last couple innings.
And the pitch. Swung on a miss. He threw the fastball right by him. That was a nice-looking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first. And we have time called. Greenwell steps in. And he delivers. It's high for a ball. Doing my euchre here just a bit high. Got to give credit to Euchre, the greatest of all time there. Fly ball out into left center field, drifting back and making the catch is Weiss. Greenwell hit it a long ways, but Weiss made the journey and made the catch. 2 down. Cade Anderson walked his last time up, got as far as third. He also singled back in the first inning. And the first pitch was a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. That's a strike. 1-1 is now the count. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Line shot out towards the second baseman, gets past him, rolls out into right field. And going over to third and getting in there safely is Bryson Tuchel as Cade Anderson singles to right. So the Vikings have runners on the corners. And brings up Brian Tuchel with 2 down. And the runner goes, throw to second, and nothing happening at the plate. They were thinking about sending Bryson Tuchel, but again, they ran that cutoff play with the shortstop cutting in front. So we have runners at second and third now, and the pitch is outside. Nice block by Jacob Beckel. Runners at second and third. 1-1's the count. And the pitch. Ground ball towards short. Scooped up there by Whitwam. Throw over to first, and they don't get him. He's in safely. Brian Tuchel with the infield hit. And in to score is Bryson Tuchel. And over to third goes Cade Anderson. So Vikings still have runners at the corners. 2 down, and they're on top 6-4. And the pitch is in the dirt for a ball. Drew Beekner at the plate. Tuchel took second on the throw in the dirt. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner to Drew Beekner. Beekner got on an infield hit, RBI infield hit to shortstop his first time up, and then drew a walk his second time up. Bronco delivers. That time was called, and they called a balk. So a balk was called on Bronco. So in to score is Greenwell. Or check that. That was Cade Anderson. And so it is 7-4, Vikings on top. Runner on third. That's Brian Tuchel on third. Beekner at the plate. 1-1's the count, and the pitch. Swing and a miss on one that was high. That's one that possibly, he might have gotten a piece of that and called it foul. Because Tuchel might have scored if that had just been a swinging strike. Because it got all the way back to the backstop. Bronco delivers. That one's in the dirt outside. Beckel makes the stop from the seat of his pants.
Yeah, Beckel's made a few good ones tonight.
Bronco delivers. That's low for ball 4. Drew Beekner draws the walk. So the Vikings have runners at the corners. You can expect Beekner to head down to second fairly quickly. And Elijah Ensminger at the plate with 2 away. And the pitch. That's low. And throwing it down to second. Little different play that time. Shortstop covered the bag. Second baseman came over, and he was looking to make the play over at third. And there was nothing there. So now we have runners at second and third with 2 down. 1-0 is the count. And the pitch is high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Or 2 balls, no strikes. Take that back. And had it right. And a fly ball out into shallow center field. Moving over and making the catch just on the edge of the grass is Breedong. So for the Vikings, they picked up 3 runs on 4 hits. And I don't see any errors here. and 2 were left on base. So we've completed 4 innings, and it's the Vikings 7, the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers 4, and you're tuned to Viking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Simplify your life. Pleasant Valley Properties provides affordable housing and homes in communities in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. They have staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. Contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200. Call today and let them help you get into the home of your dreams. That's Pleasant Valley Properties, 301 Bremer Avenue in Colfax.
And into the top of the 5th inning, Jacob Beckel is at the plate. First pitch was outside for a ball. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. On a sunsplash, beautiful Thursday afternoon, pitch is at the belt for a strike. Dan, it's about time we got some baseball weather, don't you think?
Yeah, last few games have been a little chilly in the evening, but we should be good to go now.
I'm hoping. Here's the wind in the pitch. Strike called at the letters. Full count to Jacob Beckel. And the pitch. Line shot out into right field for a base hit. So Beckel singles. He's been on all 3 times. He's been at the plate, but the first 2 were via walk. I'm sure Lindstrom is, and there he is. Lindstrom coming in to run for him. Brett Breedung comes to the plate. 1 for 2. Singled and lined second to Beekner over there. First pitch is outside for a ball. And the pitch outside, ball 2. Two balls and no strikes. And the pitch, that's high. 3-0 is the count to Brett Breedung. And the pitch. Strike called. Hedela ready to throw if Lindstrom had an idea about it, but he didn't. 3 balls and 1 strike. Medina at the belt. The 3-1 pitch. Strike called, and the count goes full. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Throw down to first, and Lindstrom back in safely. Breedung goes down swinging. It's going to bring up Brady Weber. 0 for 2. Flew out to Beekner his first time up and then went down swinging. Lindstrom on first, 1 out. Throw over to first. Back in safely. And the pitch. It's in the dirt. It gets away from Hedela. And down to second goes Lindstrom. Boy, I tell you, Dan just can't miss here in our booth. We've got a garbage bag over in the corner, and he's able to hit it without any trouble. Foul back to the screen.
Maybe we could broadcast that sport.
That'd be a new one. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out. Medine looking in for the sign. Looks over at second and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Strike 2 to Brady Weber. And the pitch. Check swing, ground ball to third, throw over to first, and they got him. Lindstrom is on third. But they get Weber on a close play at first. Hedela to Greenwell. That brings up Jacob Paschal. And that hit Paschal. So that gives us runners on the corners with 2 down. And a strike called. No balls, 1 strike. Ethan Beckel, he grounds it out into left field. Run comes in to score. And Beckel's on with a single. He's 2 for 3 for the day. Takes us back to the top of the order. Beckel gets the RBI. It also moves Paschal over to second, and we're having a conference at the mound. It looks like we're going to have a pitching change. So we'll get that all figured out right after this timeout as you're tuned to Viking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right.
How is it? Is it good?
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
And the new pitcher for the Vikings is Zach Hedela, who immediately gives up a long fly ball out into center field. 1 run's in, 2 runs are in, and checking in at third with a triple is Ryan Mason. Triple to straightaway center field, and it picked up 2 RBIs. And that has... should have just tied the game. I don't think it put them ahead. Seven, Durand-Arkansaw and the Vikings are all tied up. At the plate is Eli Whitwam. And a pop-up into foul territory, moving over. And not quite able to make the play. One ball, 2 strikes. And the throw over to first, and they got him. And so, for the Panthers, they picked up 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. And we did have runners left on base, I believe. 1 run left on base. So we've completed 4.5 innings, and we're all tied at 7 here from Colfax High School. And you're tuned to Viking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your car has lost that showroom appeal, give Kyle's Buff and Shine a call. Kyle makes it easy to bring that shine back. Not to mention, he comes to you. Kyle does exteriors, interiors, and even has an ultimate detailing package. When Kyle is done, your car will look nearly showroom new. Oh, by the way, Kyle also details anything that flies, drives, or floats. Call 715-556-2062 to book your next detail with Kyle's Buff and Shine.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Sunday, May 21st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Tilden Tigers in a doubleheader from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on Sunday, May 21st on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here, and Dan is out there trying to figure out the defensive alignment for the Durand-Arkansaw Panthers, because now on the mound is Eli Whitwam. As we head into the bottom of the 5th, curveball over for a strike. Put a lot of spin on that one. You can see him snap that hand through. All tied at 7. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. And Hedela knew that he chased one way outside, but it looked good when it left the pitcher's hand. And the pitch swung on, missed, catcher dropped it, throw down to first, and they got it there in time, so Hedela goes down swinging. That's going to take us back to the top of the order, Mitch Medine. So we're in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, definitely a different look from Whitwam, from Brunkel.
No balls, no strikes, and the pitch. Ground ball out into left field, or to shortstop. Throw over to first, not even close, infield hit for Mitch Medine. And the runner goes, sliding into second. He's safe. Medine safe at second. Mason Yarrington at the plate. Yarrington 1 for 2. Got an RBI single. Then popped out to third. He also drew a walk and scored a run. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second. And the pitch is high for a ball. Medine out at second base. Whitwam fires, and it's outside for a ball. Count's even. Or no, check that. 3-1 is the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ground ball over to second. Scoop and throw over to first is in time for the putout. Brunko is now playing second base. He made that throw. Eli Whitwam on the mound. 1-0 is the count to Dylan Hedela.
Ethan Whitwam has. No, this is Eli.
Yeah, this is Eli. And it's chopped foul on the third base side.
He's got a big breaking ball.
Hedela is 2 for 3, singled twice. Big single his last time up. Drove in an RBI. Here's the pitch. Foul back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch is high. And it's a pop-up in the infield. Moving over and making the catch is Whitwam for the third out. So for the Vikings, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We've completed 5, and we're all tied at 7 from Colfax High School on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to take you out to the ballpark for Colfax Viking Baseball. Our next game will be on Monday, May 8th, when the Vikings host the Spring Valley Cardinals. Our coverage begins with the Bullpen Show, where we'll warm you up for baseball action starting at 4:40 p.m. That's Colfax High School Baseball on Monday, May 8th.
And we're getting ready to go into the top of the 6th inning. And the first pitch is inside for a ball to Ethan Whitwam. And Ethan is 0 for 2. Got on a fielder's choice. Got on an error. Strike called on the outside corner. He also drew a walk. So he's gotten on base all 3 times without getting a hit. Here's the pitch. Curveball grounded to third. Picked up by Yarrington. Throw over to Greenwell, who has to jump a little to get it, but he makes the play. So Yarrington to Greenwell for the putout. First pitch is a strike. And the pitch, strike called. This is Cody Brunko, who's now the second baseman. No balls, 2 strikes. Pop up or fly ball out into left field. Drifting back is Tuchel, and he makes the catch. 2 down. Brings up Jacob Betchel, his catcher. Betchel's walked twice and singled to right. He's also scored twice. And the pitch, ground ball over to short. Medine picks it up, throws it over to first, and a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. So we've completed 5.5, and we're all tied at 7 from Colfax on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, May 6th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Rock River Rampage from Beloit, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 1:40 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, May 6th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
Knuckleballs.
Yeah, maybe. Now, that ad just talked about Cowboy football, and Dan, you and I, we're going to be down in Beloit for that first game and bringing that on NLWN-2. Weather forecast is a lot like today for down in Beloit on Saturday. Partly cloudy or mostly sunny, mid-70s.
Football weather.
Yeah, we'll take it. Looking forward to seeing what this new look Eau Claire Cowboys is going to look like. And this is their first chance out of the box.
Yeah, when we went to the practices, they had some big boys there.
They did. And a lot of talent. Let's see if they can put it all together and make it work. So, on the mound is Eli Whitwam. By the way, the pitching numbers for Brunko, he went 4 innings, gave up 7 runs. 6 of those were earned. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Vikings is Ashton Greenwell. And Greenwell is 0 for 3. Got on an error. It was an RBI error. Because the run would have scored with or without the out. First pitch was high and away for a ball. That's a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Whitwam delivers. Swung on and missed on a high curve ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greenwell steps in. Whitwam delivers, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Greenwell goes down swinging. It's going to bring up Cade Anderson. Anderson's 2 for 3. He has scored a run. He scored on a balk. Here's the pitch, called strike on the inside corner. It's at the belt, and the pitch pop up, foul territory, and just out of play. Almost got some spectators over there. One or no balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Cade Anderson. And a pop up to third. Hauled in by Ethan Whitwam for the putout. It's going to bring up, with 2 down, Brian Tuchel. Tuchel's 1 for 3, got on an infield hit to short. There's the pitch, curveball low and away for ball 1. Taking a look at the Durand Panthers defensively, Whitwam, that's Ethan Whitwam at third. Breedung is at short, Bronco at second. Ground ball over to third, scooped up there, throw over to first, and they got him. Ethan Whitwam over to Beckel, and the Vikings go down 1, 2, 3. So we're going to head to the 7th, all tied up at 7 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
When it comes to your finances, security is just so important. Dairy State Bank's online banking and mobile app offers dozens of new and enhanced real-time alerts. Whether an ATM withdrawal is made or a login to your account failed, you'll instantly know. So now, the technology that makes it easier to manage your money is also making it safer. Visit dairystatebank.com or call to learn more. Dairy State Bank. Banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back at Colfax High School, top of the 7th inning, all tied up at 7, and the pitch is low for a ball to Brett Breedung. Breedung playing at shortstop. He starts. Curveball called strike over the outside corner. Zach Hedela on the mound. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball foul. One ball, 2 strikes. Hedela winds and fires. Foul back into the screen. Count holds at 1 and 2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul back again. Still 1-2. Hedela ready. He winds and delivers. Fly ball out into center field. It's going to fall in front of Anderson, and he gets it back into the infield. And so that's going to bring up Brady Weber. And Weber's 0 for 3 with a runner at first. Nobody out. He grounded to third his last time up. Swing and a miss for a strike. Hedela looking in for the sign, peeks at first. And we're going to get a balk called on Hedela. That moves the runner over to second.
Yeah, I think Kate Anderson thought that the ump had called timeout.
So Breedung on second, and the pitch. That's outside for a ball. One ball, one strike. And the pitch. At the knees for a strike. And the pitch. Short chop foul and landed in play. I thought that one might actually get us, Dan.
Yeah. We've had a couple come this way tonight.
Boy, wait till we get over to Carson Park and we're up in that press box. You just better bring your glove this year. Here's the pitch. And that one's low for a ball.
We had a couple rattle up there.
We did. First chance at that we get will be on May 21st with doubleheader Cavaliers against the Tilden Tigers. There's the pitch. Ground ball out to short. Pick up, throw to first, and not in time. So Brady Weber gets an infield hit. And a 3-1 pitch. Oh, ball 4. That was pretty darn close. He didn't miss by much, and Greenwell agrees that he didn't miss by much there. Well, somehow we got an instant replay popped in there, and I don't know how that happened. But it was from quite a while ago in this game, too. All right, so we have runners at second and third. Breedung at third, Weber at second, nobody out. Top of the 7th inning. Durand Panthers threatening to take a lead. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for a strike. One ball and one strike to Jacob Paschal. 1 for 2. He was also hit by the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He struck out and singled to center field. There's the pitch. And he was hit by the pitch again. Dan, I think he's subscribing to the Tyler Herman School of Hitting, where if you can't hit the ball, let the ball hit you.
Yeah, trying to work that inside zone.
Bases loaded. First pitch is outside. Nowhere to put him. Hedela at the belt and delivers. It's high and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Needs to take a breath right now. Fly ball, that'll score a run one way or another. It falls in, it's going to score a couple. Well, no, it's not. It's only going to score one. Base hit out to center field. And in to score is Bredong. And back to the top of the order with Ryan Mason. Mason tripled his last time up. And the pitch. That's a strike called. No balls and 1 strike. And another strike called. No balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Mason. Mason is 1 for 3. He struck out twice. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Make it 3 times. 1 down. It's going to bring up Eli Whitwam. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Hedela at the belt, and he delivers. And that's a strike call on the outside corner. He's got that curveball working for him.
See if he comes back inside.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball out to second, picked up by Beekner, flip to second, throw over to first. They got him! Double play! A 4-6-3 double play. And so, for Durand in the top of the 7th, they did pick up 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we've completed 6.5, and the Vikings have a little coming back to do as Durand has an 8-7 lead. You're tuned to Viking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Back here at Colfax High School, we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Dan, bottom of the lineup coming up, but
yeah, we got Beekner, Ensminger, and Hedela. And Beekner, he went.
Well, he's
1 for 3.
1 for 1.
Yeah, 1 for 1. 2 walks.
So he's been on base all 3 times he's been up. Hedela doubled. Ensminger lined out to center field. So this part of the lineup's making pretty decent contact with the ball. They just have to get them to fall in, hit it where they ain't, and put a couple across.
Yeah, Eli Whitman's been in that down outside zone.
Beekner at the plate. Like we said, he's 1 for 1. First pitch is low for a ball. Bottom of the 7th. Vikings down by a run. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He went after that high fastball and just couldn't make contact. Wom shakes off one and delivers, and that got him. And that's what the Vikings need is base runners. Beekner hit by the pitch. It's going to bring up Elijah Ensminger. Tying run on first Look for Elijah to maybe show bunt here. Coach Seacraw likes small ball. That pitch is outside for a ball. And Sminger steps back in. And the pitch is low. Throw it on to second. And he's safe. They missed the tag. And so safe at second is Drew Beekner. Tying run is in scoring position. 2-0 pitch now coming to Ensminger. Here's the pitch. Pop up. Foul territory. And it bounces off the bleachers. Take a peek. Is Cassie okay over there? Yeah, the camera's working.
Well, 4 rows up.
2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Ground ball out towards short. Scoop there, throw over to third. They throw it over to the fence. And they're going to hold the runner at third. It didn't get far enough away. So we give check that Elijah Ensminger a fielder's choice. And Beekner gets on an error by the shortstop, or moves over to third on an error by the shortstop. Brings up Zach Hedela with 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. It's low and away, and down to second goes Ensminger. And the pitch. Chop foul on the first base side. And a swing and a miss.
Yeah, Jake Beckel's been working that down outside part of that zone, getting Colfax to chase it.
And a chopper foul. And we apologize if you're getting buffered a little bit. And the pitch is high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Whitwam delivers. Pop up out into center field. Circling under it, making the catch. And the runner holds at third. Mason came in and made the catch.
Yeah, it just wasn't out far enough.
It was close. It might have been a close play at the plate. So the Vikings still have runners at second and third. Brings up Mitch Medine with 1 out. And we have a conference happening at the mound.
Yeah, I think this ball has to be in the outfield. I don't think you can go small ball right now.
I would agree. And they're having a little bit of a defensive discussion, I believe. I don't think they're going to take the ball out of Whitwam's hands. They're talking about how they want to play this. Vikings have runners at second and third with 1 out. And still have a conference. Probably upset because he didn't get an invite to the party.
Yeah, I guess if you would.
Safety squeeze here.
Right. It's got to go between the pitcher and the third baseman over there.
So Medine steps to the plate, tying runner at third. Whitwam at the belt, and the pitch. Pop foul. It's out of play. Just missed the concession stand on our left.
Save those hot dogs.
That's at the concession stand on our right. Here's the pitch. That one's high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on for the Vikings. They trail by 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Low and away. Two balls and 1 strike. And a chopper out in front of the plate, picked up by the pitcher, throw over to first, and he's out at first, but in to score the run. So in to score the run is Tuchel. And Ensminger ends up over on third. But more importantly, the Vikings have tied things up. Here's the wind and the pitch, check swing, strike, but the ball gets away and in to score, and a walk-off victory for the Vikings on a wild pitch. In to score is Elijah Ensminger. And so the Vikings win in walk-off wild pitch style by a score of 9-8. And we will, let's see if we happen to catch that. We give check that Elijah Ensminger a fielder's choice. And nope, but it didn't catch it. Oh well. Anyway, we'll have the details about how this one worked out when we get to Viking Download, and that will be coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
Thank you for joining us for today's Colfax Vikings baseball game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. This has been presented for the private listening and viewing use of the tuned-in audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction, in any form, without the express written consent of the Northern Light Webcasting Network LLC and Colfax High School is strictly prohibited. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Download, where we take a look back at today's Colfax Viking game.
Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comroe provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
Time now for Viking Download, with a talk about today's Colfax Viking baseball game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, where the Vikings come out on top in walk-off style, 9-8. Dan, 2 out of the last 3 games have come with the Vikings winning it walk-off on a wild pitch.
Yeah, good job by Colfax to stay in this one. You know, they never felt like they were really out of it, but they just couldn't keep that lead. And defense really helped out tonight.
And, yeah, they did commit a few errors tonight, but it wasn't, for a high school baseball game, it was relatively clean, actually relatively clean both ways, which is why in some cases it's a shame that it finishes on a wild pitch. But, again, that's alert base running, and it's also a case of base runner at third causing enough distraction for the pitcher that he throws one and it kind of gets away. So the winning pitcher tonight would be Zach Hedela, and that'll up his record to 2-0. And the losing pitcher will be Eli Whitwam. And Vikings are out grooming the field. And we're going to have a talk with Viking head coach Kirk Seacraw in just a few minutes. I know Cassie went over to corral him and get him headed over this way, and we'll be glad to talk with him and straighten this one out, and we'll do that in just a minute. You're tuned to Viking Download on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to take you out to the ballpark for Colfax Viking Baseball. Our next game will be on Monday, May 8th, when the Vikings host the Spring Valley Cardinals. Our coverage begins with the Bullpen Show, where we'll warm you up for baseball action starting at 4:40 p.m. That's Colfax High School Baseball on Monday, May 8th.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Alvo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement's different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org. Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Alvo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
And we're back here. Home plate umpire Larry Durkop came over and chatted with us for a minute while we're waiting for Coach Seacraw. But it looks like Coach Seacraw is busy teaching the players how to groom the mound, and so I can't tell if he's still out. He's still out there dealing with that. So I'll tell you what, Dan, your thoughts about this one?
Yeah, Colfax is on a good little run right now. They're learning how to stay in the game till the end, and that should help them in the future.
And yeah, they've just gone through the real toughest part of their schedule, with the exception of one more meeting with Elk Mound, but and that's going to be a tough one. But staying ahead of Durand, or they should leapfrog each other after this game. The Vikings were ahead of Durand, then the Vikings lost to Mondovi while Durand won, so Durand leapfrogged the Vikings. Now the Vikings will leapfrog back over Durand again in the conference standings, and so this is a big win for the Vikings to pick up.
Yeah, they got a good rotation going right now with their pitchers, and
they do have a tournament, so to speak. It's a triangular coming up in Somerset on Saturday. We won't be there because we have a football game to go and deal with. But for Viking fans, it's a good chance to head over to Somerset and go watch the Vikings play some ball. They've got 3 games that they'll be playing. Or check that, they have 2 games, Siren and Somerset, they'll be playing over there. Those 3 teams are all playing each other, and that'll be coming up on Saturday. And then we'll have the Vikings next Monday when they play the Spring Valley Cardinals. And lo and behold, here he comes, the man of the hour, Kirk Seacraw, making his appearance finally after teaching those kids how to groom the mound. And congratulations, it's always easier to do a task like that after coming out with a win like this.
Yeah, we need to quit doing that. It's not good for me.
Yeah, you're getting to the point where the top of your head's going to start looking like mine here pretty quick.
Well, mine's been like that almost since high school. So.
But, the one good thing is the kids kept their heads in it and got the win when they had the opportunity.
Yeah, again, they were resilient. A lot of, similarities with the Boyceville game and this game. They kind of got up, we got up. It was back and forth. We had some big hits. E had a good jump at the end there. I told him if it squirts away at all, he needs to score, and he did it. So,
and that's kind of, we were just talking about this, that's kind of the way these 2 teams have been in the conference standings all season, just trading spots back and forth. When you guys got defeated by Mondovi the other day, they picked up a win and jumped ahead of you in the conference standings, and now this should jump you guys back ahead of them.
Yeah, not only does it help us in the conference, it helps us with our seeding meeting when that's coming up there in our regional too, so it helps us a little bit with that too.
Now you've got kind of big baseball weekend coming up on Saturday. Tell us about that trip over to Somerset.
It's canceled.
Well, so much for that idea. I just plugged it really good and it got canceled.
Oh, we don't have the arms to do it.
Okay.
So
I was wondering about how you were going to throw that with...
We go there, we play 2 games. We play Somerset and Siren, so we don't have the arms to do it right now. Being in a small school, it's tough for us to play extra games like that.
I understand that because you wouldn't want to throw Medine or Hedela, either one of them, that weekend, which leaves you really thin on the pitching end. You got some guys that would go out and give you an effort, but it's just not the same.
They're not quite the caliber yet that we want to see.
And you're getting photobombed, but they don't realize that the camera isn't on you right now. And so as you have a pair of Hedelas there behind you, and are you feeling the heat a lot?
Yeah, those 2. They had a little brotherly quarrel out there tonight.
Well, that's okay. That happens with brothers, and Dylan had a interesting. He went 2 for 4 tonight and picked up an RBI, and his courtesy runner scored a couple runs. That's a good night. Zach, that was a big double he got in the second inning.
Huge double.
And he's been swinging a pretty hot bat lately.
Yep.
I noticed you're one of these managers that when you prepare your lineup, maybe you can talk about this for a second. Zach Hedel is one of your better hitters, and yet you've got him batting in the 9 hole, almost like a setup guy for the top of the order.
That's exactly what he is. He's almost our double lead off. he puts the ball in play, and he's quick.
And he is.
And he gets on base. That's his job, to line it up for the top of our order. Our top 3 guys, they'll put the ball in play and hopefully score them.
And that's been working. He fit into that role real. He might not get quite as many at-bats as he would if you batted him up near the top, but they're going to be productive at-bats.
Yes, very productive at-bats, and he's very coachable, which helps me out a lot too.
So come up next, I guess it's next Monday with Spring Valley here.
Yep.
And, well, congratulations on the 9-8 walk-off win. Keeps the fans excited, and we'll see you on Monday.
All right. Thank you, guys.
And we'll be back with a little bit more of Viking Download right after this timeout.
NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network are excited to take you out to the ballpark for Colfax Viking Baseball. Our next game will be on Monday, May 8th, when the Vikings host the Spring Valley Cardinals. Our coverage begins with the Bullpen Show, where we'll warm you up for baseball action starting at 4:40 p.m. That's Colfax High School Baseball on Monday, May 8th.
And we're back here at Colfax High School getting ready to wrap things up on Viking Download. Dan, final thoughts?
Yeah, good job by both teams tonight. And defense was good by both. And good job for Colfax getting the win.
And that's what really counts. It was an exciting game. The fans enjoyed it. The concession stand were good. The hot dogs were fabulous. And it's a walk-off wild pitch win. Can't ask for much more than that. On a beautiful day on top of that.
Yeah, the gorgeous night out tonight.
So, don't forget to join us on Monday, May 8th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV as we bring you the Colfax Vikings taking on the Spring Valley Cardinals. Coverage in that game is going to begin at 4:40 with the Bullpen Show, followed by live play-by-play action. Also, join us on NLWN-2 for exciting Eau Claire Cowboys football. Our first game with the new-look Eau Claire Cowboys will be this Saturday as the Cowboys travel to Beloit to take on the Rock River Rampage. Cowboy kickoff begins at 1:40, followed by all the live play-by-play action. The Viking girls softball team is going to host the Spring Valley Cardinals on Monday. First pitch for that game is also scheduled for 5 p.m. And as you heard Coach Seacraw just say, that doubleheader sort of that was supposed to be over in Somerset is not going to happen. And so don't head over to Somerset unless it's for something more fun to do than going to watch a baseball. I don't know what's more fun than watching a baseball game, but that's just me. And so today's Colfax Viking baseball game has been brought to you by Anderson Bridges, the Colfax Animal Hospital, Dairy State Bank, H&H Plumbing, Kyle's Buff and Shine, Kyle's Market, Menominee Eye and Optical, Midwest Environmental Consultants, Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, Morgan's Auto Body of Colfax, Pleasant Valley Properties, Slayton's Technology, Triple Threat Training, and Whitetail Golf Course. I want to give a special shout out to Slayton's Technology. They kind of saved our rear ends for this weekend by salvaging a computer that was not cooperating with us. And so, yeah, an extra shout out to Slayton's Technology there. Make sure you thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, Cassie Johnson, Nelson, this is Rick Olson. That final score once again in walk-off fashion, the Vikings 9 and the Boyceville Bulldogs 8. You've been tuned to Viking Download on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Viking Download with a talk about today's Colfax Viking baseball game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.